Hello, everyone. I hope that you'll all enjoy my creative review of Taylor and Marino's 2022 paper, Emotions, Affective, Neuroscience, and Changing One's Mind. Today, we'll be exploring what affective neuroscience is, presentational knowing as described and recommended in this article, somatic emotional expression, transformative learning through emotion, and hopefully generating a fruitful discussion in the forums. So let's get started. Taylor and Marino demonstrate that emotions and emotional responses are crucial to making meaning in our lives, understanding and situating ourselves in our environment, and guiding our behavior and responses to events or stimuli that we experience. This link between cognition and feeling is the basis of affective neuroscience. Before we dive any deeper into the content of the article, I'd like to begin with an exercise. This photo is by Canadian artist Meryl McMaster from her body of work, Stories of My Grandmothers. She describes this collection by saying, "By establishing a dialogue with my grandmothers, I keep their memories relevant and alive. By bringing them into the present, I make them visible. By transforming the things they left behind for me and my family, meaningful stories are remembered. They tell of navigation, survival, and resilience. By reactivating them through images, a transfer of knowledge between 4 generations of women is no longer hidden." At this time, I'd like you to reflect on 2 things. Where in your body do you feel a response to this picture? Can you describe it? How does this photo connect to transformation, transformative learning, or the link between cognition and feeling? Take a moment to pause the video and document your response. By asking you to identify where and how you're feeling a response to the image provided, we engage in the primary aspect of affective neuroscience, the brain-body connection of emotions, also called somatic emotional expression or somatization. An emotional response in humans is both socially constructed to a situation, but also built from recognizing a common physiological response to a type of stimulus. Recognizing the stimuli as well as the physiological response helps humans to build emotion memories. The implication is that a similar or identical set of physiological responses will occur each time an emotion is experienced, which suggests that we have linked our cognitive understanding of what that emotion is to a specific set of emotion-induced sensations. Different types of somatosensory symptoms or sensations help us to build our ability to recognize and identify emotions in the body. Interoception is the method in which we recognize our own homeostasis and departure from that state. According to Jung et al., the brain builds an emotion-specific topological pattern or a mental picture of what our own homeostasis should look like. Interoception is the mechanism used to recognize a departure or change in the topological pattern, which helps us identify and understand emotions more effectively. The topography of emotions is not only replicable in individuals when experiencing the same emotions, but similar across test subjects when experiencing the same emotions. Understanding and sensing bodily sensations or somatic emotional expressions effectively is crucial for understanding and processing emotions functionally and reinforces Damasio's claim that the somatosensory aspect of emotions exists and is fundamentally linked in brain and body connections. Taylor and Marino present a practical approach to understanding somatosensory emotion cues and engaging in interoception by using presentational knowing activities to bypass the change-resistant left hemisphere's influence on processing novel information and experiences. They state, an educator who uses symbolic or imaginal prompts to activate an adult's experience preferentially engages the right hemisphere's affinity for what is not yet known. If the adult's attention is also explicitly directed to nonverbal presentation of the feelings the experience invoked, the right hemisphere will have time to pursue unexpected, perhaps deeper and more creative associations before the more dogmatic left hemisphere takes over. By using presentational knowing techniques, an educator can help learners understand different ways of being in the world rather than just thinking about the world, and increase the likelihood that the learner will experience a transformative experience. In the forums this week, I would invite you to share your response to one of the 2 following prompts. The first prompt, Share your reflection on stories of my grandmothers. Did the presentational knowing activity provide an opportunity to tune in to your somatic emotional expressions without the interference of your left brain? Prompt 2. Describe a time that you felt a strong emotion in your body. How did this emotion present physically? How can understanding or processing this emotion assist in transformative learning? If you'd like to do any further reading on somatization, here's a few more resources for you. And otherwise, thank you for listening, and I look forward to engaging with you in the discussions this week.